Hey everybody, welcome back to Outward. You'll notice that we look a little different. Upon getting back to Cierzo, we were prompted to turn in the quest for defeating the 3 warlords of Vendaval Fortress. And our reward was this wonderful helm. And yes, it's the exact same helm I believe that the guard Berg is wearing. And it has 2 armor, 18 resistance, 12 impact resistance. Unfortunately, mana cost goes up by 50%. That is horrifyingly bad if you want to do any kind of casting at all. Also, plus 4 stamina cost to everything and negative 4 movement speed, so you pay quite a price to be what I hope is super tanky. Like, if you had a set of this, and I think that's the only time it really becomes useful is maybe with a full set, I'm just like really hesitant to even try it out. But I'm going to. But I'm hesitant. But I'm going to. Okay, let's store some of these. Let's not. The reason being is that I think I'm going to take us down over into Berg. And I actually want to be carrying some stuff because from what I understand, the inventories are not going to be linked between the 2 houses. These are heavy, but we need to have some. And I also don't think that that thing has any cold weather resistance. It does not. Let's just put this back on for now. I want to try that helmet out in combat to see if I notice any difference in the damage that we take. I would obviously notice a difference in our mana. I would not be hurling as many life-saving fireballs with that helmet on for sure. I want to go up here and make sure that there's nothing useful we can train. And also, spoiler alert, if you don't want to fight that last warlord that we fought, he actually asked you to come here and kill Eto, who is like his brother or his cousin, somebody from his clan who he felt had fallen into disgrace by even coming here to Cierzo and helping us. So that was the quest, come back here and kill Eto. And that might have been a similar 2-on-1 situation, but there's no way I was going to do that, so.
Amber, my friend.
Let's see. I don't think he has anything else that we really need. To make an explosion of that element. Like a frost explosion with our shield. Strike your weapon on your shield. That would be pretty cool. We're going to save our money, though, for more stat bonus-based abilities, I think. We're already overweight. I'm going to sell this scholar staff, I believe. Magic has been useful, but I don't want to carry this thing around when I'm sword and shielding.
What can I do for... All right.
It's worth 75 silver. Helm is only worth 105. I say only. And I don't think we have anything else we want to sell. Oh, we have this that we actually have to take. So he'll give us 15, but I bet if we take it over here to the lady on the balcony, she'll give us a little bit more than that for it.
Greetings, friend. Lend me your
I
ear.
have this unusual item.
I'm always interested in curiosities.
I found
What
this
have you got?
strange garnet in the rib cage of the ash giant. So that's what we're calling that thing, was an ash giant that we saw in Blister Burrow.
Oh, an interesting piece.
I'll give you 30 silver for that. Yeah, 30 silver is twice as much as 15, so we have a deal.
Excellent. I'll see you.
Alright, so we're doing pretty good when it comes to how much silver we have. And we're going to be doing pretty good even after we buy our house, so we might be able to buy our house and pick up a skill or two once we get over to Berg. I try not to talk about quick travel every time I have to make this run, but quick travel, I know it negates the survival aspects of the game completely. But it wouldn't negate them. It would simply make them optional. And here is my repost to anybody who says that fast travel would negate the survivalist elements of the game, and who say, you know, if it becomes a choice, people won't engage with the survival elements. Well, fast travel would allow for you to engage with the survival elements if you are that kind of player and that's what you prefer. And it would allow people who want to focus more on the RPG elements to, you know, have a little bit of a fast track once they've already reached an area. I think it is okay to allow players to quick travel between them. Now, how much that should cost and the method by which it is accomplished, those I leave to people who design games. But from the perspective of a gamer, if you're making an RPG, if I reach that area, I like to have some kind of fast travel option, especially if you're not going to give me a mount. And it could be kind of one or the other. I think I could find peace with one or the other, either some kind of mount, we could go a little faster eventually, or some kind of quick travel. And that doesn't even have to be teleportation. It could be that we get on the back of a caravan and go for a little ride. Kind of like flight paths in Vanilla WoW. I say Vanilla WoW because now everyone has flying mounts and those are typically faster than the flight paths, and you just do that nowadays. But yeah, think about that. Could I pay somebody to drive me somewhere that I've already been? We know that we basically have to like get towards the vigil pylon. So, and there she is. I mean, we can move faster kind of in the sense that, yeah, we have some more stamina and whatnot than we had in the beginning of the game, so we can actually run quite a bit further. And we could resist cold quite a bit more, so things have improved as far as being able to travel a little more quickly, but with so little usually going on in the world itself, and the survival elements not being really hardcore, I mean, we go for a long time before we have to eat, before we have to drink. So, you know, I just want to be able to move a little faster sometimes. Between the major cities, perhaps, only. This bird. Wow, he's the best. This guy is the best. I want this guy on my team. Whoa, he like dodges, does some kind of weird dodge strafe. Like, you gotta understand, Chocobo, that I'm out of stamina, and so I'm literally gonna have to let you get away. You level 1 encounter that after 35 hours, 40 hours of playtime, I still can't defeat you without you running off. It's incredible. Look at it, he bloodied us. He took off into the hills. The bastard that he is. I imagine it's like the same Chocobo every time, because you rarely see two of them together. And they always get away. He's like the menacing chocobo of Chersonis. And then we want to be south of it, right? Yep, we go towards it and then we'll take the road south of it, or that heads south. I don't know that... Oh, there's not actually a merchant in here. Back when we were able to defeat them, apparently. For some reason, this corpse has regenerated its loot. I don't know why. We can pretend, for the sake of story and linearity, that it's a different corpse. That the prior corpse has been eaten by hyenas and chocobos, and that is simply another worker who has succumbed to the environment there. We'll do that. We'll say that. Sounds pretty good. And this is this it right here? Ooh. No. I don't have any urge to deal with that. And I'm not sure if that's going to be an option or not. I want to make sure I'm going the right way before I deal with that. Because I don't remember having to deal with that before. That Wendigo. So probably don't have to deal with it now. Let's check out over here. So this leads us right in. Is there not a way to get south that does not entail Wendigo Battle 2019 Part 2? Yeah, we can just cut through here, right? I think we're going to be able to completely avoid that thing, thankfully. Are we just we are just overburdened. But we need to move some stuff into our pockets. Would really help out a lot. And maybe we got 10 more pounds we could shift over. How much does this helmet weigh? Oh, it weighs exactly 10 pounds. Perfect. Obviously you can move faster when you manage your bag properly, Robert. That's what somebody's thinking right now. I thought it. Once it occurred to me, we could probably go back into those places and re-loot some stuff. Like places like the Vigil Pylon. And it would probably be pretty easy to clear out if there are any enemies in there that have respawned. So, could be something to think about. And like we found with Blister Hollow, a lot of those interiors are actually much deeper and more complex than they initially seem. Technically, I had been in Blister Hollow 4 times before we I think, cleared it. Now, I'm not even 100% that what we did yesterday completely cleared Blister Hollow, just because, yeah, it's obviously not fully cleared, I don't think. And the other place that isn't cleared is the tombs, the corrupted tombs that we went through most of it, but it's not clear in the sense that we still have that pending quest with the undead guy we put back together. And which I got a comment that's you need to do a certain amount for the Holy Crusade. They weren't called the Holy Crusade. I think they were called something else. And that was what the character, one of our friends back from Cierzo, had told us they were going to join that Holy Crusade against the undead. And I guess once you do some of that, you can go back to the corrupted tomb, and you can deal with the corruption there. Now what I wonder is if I went back there now, would all that stuff be reset since we're zoned out and back in, like loot does. Alright, so we're coming in here, and I think we can cut through the abandoned docks, actually. I'm pretty sure we can, so we'll just follow the main road here. Is that a spirit? Just a... I'm probably just gonna avoid everything I don't have to fight. Oh, he's coming after us. Well, he could try. See how long he chases us. Sure, he'll give up soon. If he's persistent, he's at least not also quick. Because I see him back there, but we seem to have totally outpaced him. Guess we can get some more light going here. My eyes actually have adjusted to some of the night, especially when we're getting full light from the moon like this. It wasn't so bad to where I even really thought about the lantern. I'm thinking about it now just because I know that YouTube darkens things and crushes bit rates, makes darkness kind of grainy. So try to keep the light on for us. Have we been at these standing stones? It's a little weird. Yeah, we must have been here. Otherwise, there's just nothing here. Sort of seems to be the case. Nothing to interact with. Nothing sparkly. Climb on top of them, that's always fun. See something off in the distance that's probably an... Oh no, it's probably one of those ghost plants, right? That we get the ghost eyes from. That's actually what it looks like. For a minute, I thought this rock was like a bear eating off the ground or something. That's literally what just occurred to me. Hey, I'll point out, no winter here. So that's good. We're at a fork, so we're going to keep going more to the east, obviously. Because like I said, I think we can just cut through this ruined boatyard or whatever it is. This place is pretty quiet, even more so possibly than Chersonese. Maybe we'll see some bandits or something. It's nighttime, isn't that the time they prowl? And what I am going to do is I'll throw on the helmet. So that if we do get into any more combat, we can see what that's like. Didn't get to use it against the menacing Chocobo. Oh look, here we go. Here's some people that we can say hello to. Whoa. Alright, he's on fire. That's good. We want to drop our bag. I'd love to drop my bag. Not like that. Oh gosh. Alright, here we go. We're fine. We'll be fine. As soon as we get our shield up. There we go. That's the right button, Robert. Alright, not feeling so good now that you're one-on-one, huh, buddy? No, he's feeling fine. He's just on fire, that's all. Alright, not clean. But, yeah, I think the helmet might have saved us. We got pounded on there pretty good. Took a pretty good pounding, or beating, I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. And we stood up pretty well to all those hits, so maybe the helmet is for the win when you're like me and just can't avoid taking hits. Maybe that's something to think about. Machete. We could sell it. We can sell the shield. Sell the mace. Okay. Just sell all your stuff, I guess. And we are overweight. That is okay. Because I think now that the helmet is on, we can move, yeah, we can move some more stuff to our pockets. Well, there we go. No longer overweight. I have to remember to drop the bag before combat starts. It's a hard habit to start. It's also something like you don't really want to do it because you know all your stuff is in there. And there's just that hesitation of not wanting to lose your stuff, even though I don't think that can really happen. I'm pretty sure that even if we get taken prisoner, we can probably find all of our stuff. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. So I probably just need to get used to dropping it. Nothing in here of any interest. Kind of gotten myself off the beaten path here, I realize. Oh, joy. No praying mantis creatures on the beaches here. It makes it a little nicer, in my mind, than Chersonis. I wonder what the deal is with this door. Is that just lighting effects? Yeah. From a distance, it looks like the door has like some self-illumination. But I don't think that's the case. I think that's just lighting effects, that shadows and moonlight and whatnot. Although it might make sense for it to be magically enchanted or protected against undead or corruption or something. Alright, so that wasn't so bad of a trip, I suppose. But it never seems like it's a bad trip after you're here. Let's sell some junk that we don't really need. I think that's all we have that we don't want to keep. Okay. And what I want to do, we have a couple of things that I want to do. One of them is to find our house. Which is right here, actually. Right at the front of town. Perfect. You're the new member of the Aberdeen family, right? The Sullivans have been kind enough to open up one of their old homes for your purchase.
How can I help you?
Yeah, we are definitely interested. And here's your money.
All right. Nice.
Welcome to your new home, my friend. Guys, we did it. We bought our second house. Home sweet home. Let's check it out. Here's our chest. So, yeah, not linked, but there's some stuff in here. Bright nobleman boots. They probably look cool. And an alchemy kit. Well, we can sell that. Probably end up selling all this stuff. And I can actually start to transfer some stuff to store here as well. So we can kind of have stashes in multiple places. I think that's kind of cool. I kind of like the idea of having like secret stashes across the world with various things in them that just aren't linked together, but you kind of build them up independently. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, the linking of the non-linkage of the chests doesn't really bother me at all. I actually kind of like it. I think that's fine. These cold stones. Merge the stone in a pinch of blue sand. We have to do this. Do I have blue sand? We do. We're gonna do that at some point. I don't understand why any home we have has to have a sacrificial skull altar. I really would love the ability to decorate the interior of our house. Doesn't have to be like really in depth. They could look at what they did in the Witcher 3 expansion, Blood and Wine, and kind of do something like that. I think it would be really cool. But just the ability to not have a skull altar would be great too. Lots of cooking recipes here. Let me learn all these so that they're not just filling up the inventory. There's an omelet. I love omelets. Can't make them, but I can eat them. Alright, some of these we already know. We'll sell the ones we already know. And the only things we can make right now are meat stew and travel rations, but grant some warm boon, mana restoring, and elemental resistance for the Cierzo Shavish. Fungal cleanser will remove poison and disease. Warming properties, so for winters. Restorative and nutritious than fish alone. I wonder what that means. It just restores more food, right? So if you were like really hungry, you could eat something like that, and it would restore all of absolve all your hunger. Okay, I can look at that stuff later. And then we want to go talk to Rissa, but, well, I do want to check out upstairs. Let's just go take a look around. Yeah. A four-eyed swordfish with a magical... This is great. I hope that we can fish up stuff like this. This would make me go fishing in the game if this was the kind of stuff we were pulling out of the ocean. Because that's pretty cool. Apparently the last residents here were also slayers of dragonkin. This guy's just got like a rope around his face. Like, is that how we mount them on here? So yeah, some of this stuff as a renter or purchaser or whatever we're doing here, I'd probably take down. Hey, a recurve bow. Sounds like a more powerful bow that we might not use. And we have 2 usable beds here. It's rather suggestive. Did we have 2 beds at the old house too? Books. It'd be cool if we could, you know, collect books and read books like about lore and stuff like that. I haven't really... I don't think we've come across anything like that, have we? Have I picked up anything that I could have, like, read book-wise? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so, but that'd be cool if they could, if they had something like that where we could collect books, read them, and then keep them here on our bookshelf to read later. That'd be really neat. Like a log of all the lore we've collected, kind of thing. That's what I'd really like to see in a bookshelf. Okay, so that's our house. That's great. And maybe what we should do here is sleep till morning and go talk to Rissa. I don't even want those spikes, honestly. Why does my room just have spikes laying in it? Oh, it is morning. It has become morning. Let us rest and repair. And face this new day in Berg with our new home. With no consumer remorse. Because we actually have a little bit of silver. We're not going to in a minute when I go buy a single skill, but for the time being we have quite a bit of silver. It's not as cool as a lighthouse, but it's very conveniently located at the front of town. So you can't really go wrong there. And now Rissa is somewhere this way. I really like the architectural style and the closeness of the roads here, or at least this little area of Berg. There she is.
This is your task.
There you are. The Chamberlords are gathering as we speak. I need you to make your way to the Blue Chamber itself. It's the largest building in Berg, up near the fountain. Let's see. Okay, we can do that. We're on our way.
Listen well.
What should we look out for on the way there? Anything suspicious, anyone acting out of place, especially anyone who has important business being discussed today. Got it. I'll pay attention to the guests. Will I see you there? What exactly are the Chamberlords meeting about? It'll help give me an idea of who to keep tabs on. Yeah, we need some information here, Rissa.
There are 2 main issues being debated at this council meeting.
Old Levant's claims to the Abrasar region, and Sirocco's land negotiations with the Hailwood Marsh region.
Old Levant wishes to reclaim their hold over Abrasar.
Stopping middle of a sentence, kind of like the way Sopranos ended, before the Scourge. Old Levant are the remnants of the tribes that used to live in Abrasar before the Scourge. They wish to reclaim their land and to be considered the legitimate rulers of... Let me say something real fast. Voice acting. Please, do all of it or don't do any of it. And that doesn't mean every line. That just means if you're going to throw 2 sentences up in a text box, have the voice actor say those 2 sentences or don't have them say any of it. I'm a training designer. I make learning videos. When I have text on the screen with voiceover, I make sure that the voiceover matches the text. If the voiceover is different from the text, it's going to cause confusion in the brain because the brain has one language center. Please, either do the whole text bubble or don't voice act any of it. I love to read. I really do. That's why I like RPGs so much. They are contending with the current heroic kingdom of Levant, who were granted the region by Alat's decree as reward for their purging the region of the Scourge, particularly one immense and vicious beast we call the Devourer. Sounds impressive.
If old Levant's claims are recognized, it could lead to war.
Again. King Simeon and Queen Calixa are both beloved not just in Abrassar but also across the entirety of Ori. If old Levant's claims are recognized, their dethroning could lead to war. And what's the problem between Sirocco and the Hallowed Marsh?
The Sirocco region lies in the shadow of a volcano.
As such, the land is racked by earthquakes and unpredictable land shifts. I hear their primary settlement is at risk of tumbling into a fault line or some such.
Negotiations will be very delicate.
The nearest habitable region is the Hallowed Marsh. However, given the hostility of the region and the fact that it is home to the holy mission of Alat, well, negotiations will be very delicate.
Well then.
This is without mentioning that the Chamber Lord of Monsoon is not affiliated with the holy mission that lives within his city, and he's said not to hold any real power.
This is troubling.
Sirocco must not be left to fend for itself, but the independence and sanctity of the city of Monsoon must be respected. It will be very difficult to reach an agreement that both will find acceptable. Got it. So in other words, there's going to be a lot of trouble. I hope that we don't have to play a part in making any decisions. We are just a randosin in the world of Ori, so please don't involve us in your political choices.
I'll be there shortly.
I have some important personal business to discuss with Julius first. Once I'm done, I'll meet you at the Blue Chamber. So I think some stuff's going to go down. We're talking about nations being on the verge of war. Everything seems very precariously balanced right now between these different areas. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here and where it takes the overall story. I feel like I've been playing for 35 hours and now we're just kind of getting through the prologue part of the game and into where the story is going to start. And I don't have a problem with that if it does in fact kind of ratchet things up and propel us on a little bit of a story path here. I think that'd be really cool. I feel like we're ready for that and I'm excited and looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. We're going to take a little break here. When we come back, we'll head up the hillside here to the Blue Chamber and we'll see what happens at their political summit. Everybody take care and wish me luck.